Hey everyone! Welcome back! I am back today with more Vinland Saga. You guys, I am very excited to see what is going to happen next. If you're joining me early today, you already know what it means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much, and as always, I'm sending up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in that description down below. So, wow, what do I even say about last time on Vinland Saga? I gotta say, I know he's technically like not on our side. I know he tried to hurt Thorfinn. I get it. But I gotta say, Thorkel is like, oh my gosh, he is so much fun. I really enjoyed him. I was so entertained by him. On a show like this where it does tend to be pretty heavy and pretty, I wouldn't say it's humorless, but it's such a bleak situation at times. Bringing in the fun was just, and it's funny, they were saying he is all about the money. It really does not look to me like he cares about money. It looks to me like he cares about, like, wrecking stuff, and people, and just the way he was so sad at the end, like, what are you doing? What do you mean the battle is over? Come back, I want to fight. And Thorfinn, of course, went right for him because Askeladd told him to. And he's still just, it makes me more and more mad the way that Askeladd's kind of using him as a puppet. But Thorfinn's just like, he's just jumping through the hoops and jumping through the hoops because he wants that revenge fight. And I'm just like, oh, I just wish my boy would stop, like, jumping through the hoops. But, you know, of course he takes him on, and he actually got in some, like, decent shots on him. Cut his fingers off, which I thought was pretty impressive, considering the guy's like a crazy, just a huge man. But ultimately he had to retreat, because Thorkel was just too strong. Somebody brought up that we actually have seen Thorkel before, apparently like in one of the flashbacks with Thor's, like when he was still in the Vikings and everything. I did not remember that, so I'm really glad somebody brought that up. So, but yes, I very much enjoyed him, and I loved how even like getting his fingers cut off, he was like, hey, this is fun. Let's fight again sometime. And I'm like, bro, you're bleeding. You're spurting blood from your hand. And he's just happy. He's just happy to be in a battle. You've got to respect that kind of like whistle while you work kind of enjoyment of one's profession. You really do. Thorfinn just gets trashed, and we're in this whole like they were trying to take the London Bridge, and they ended up having to retreat, but they're going to leave some soldiers behind. The soldiers are going to be led by a character we met, I think, an episode or two ago. We might have met him sooner, but they like started bringing him up more. Canute, which is he's like the prince or something, right? And apparently he does not have much experience, so everyone's kind of like, is that such a good idea? And he's going to be leading, I think, like a few thousand soldiers. So that'll be interesting. I don't know how much that'll concern our particular story with like Thorfinn and the Vikings and everything, but since they're working, since the Vikings are working with them, then, you know, I'm sure it'll kind of tie in at some point. But yeah, Thorfinn just like, he's like, got trashed, and they just left him, and then he found his way back, and I just like, I hate the treatment that he's getting. I just want to see him get that battle and get his revenge, but at the same time, I really don't want to see Askeladd die. I think Askeladd's kind of a complex character, and I'd kind of like to see maybe a little bit more done with him than that. And most of all, I just really don't want to see Thorfinn go through with it. I kind of put forth my hopes last episode of what will happen, that he'll get the chance, he'll be about to deal the striking blow, and he'll just kind of hear Thor's speaking to him in his head, and will decide to just not go through with it and go on and just live his best life and find Vinland. But I have no idea if that's what's going to happen. That would be like a best case scenario in my opinion. I don't know if that would make for a more interesting story. I honestly don't. It's just kind of like my personal wish for Thorfinn. Because I hate just seeing him get trashed. Like he showed up after they left him and Askeladd's like, all right, if you're too hurt, you can stay behind. He's like, no, it's all good. Let me just pop this thing back into place. And I'm like, ooh. So, yeah. Thorfinn's been through a lot. I think that's the understatement of the year. So I guess now we're gonna see what's gonna happen with this whole London Bridge thing. I'm gonna try not to make London Bridge jokes. I did that last time. I'm sorry. They left themselves wide open for a London Bridge is falling down joke. I can't help it. What was I supposed to do? Just leave it there? Come on. So guys, let's jump in and see what's gonna happen next on Vinland Saga. Let's go. Oh no. Oh no! He's like, I'll show you to end a fight with me. He just lives for the fight. Oh. I don't think that throwing rocks at them is gonna help. Yeah, we've seen Thorkel in action. Oh boy. Is this Canute? Oh, he seems very devoted in his faith. Oh, he's very has very beautiful features. So that's the plan, just to like not do anything? What? Why what does he feel about that? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That is not a good face. Oh, baby Thorfinn. Is he in Vinland? It doesn't look like his home. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it's just during summer. Oh. Oh. Baby. My goat's like, what are you yelling about? Yule. Oh, like, yeah, like winter. Oh, it sure doesn't look like winter. Are they supposed to be in Vinland? Oh, he's picturing like what would have happened if they had moved to Finland. Is this his subconscious, or is Thor's like actually speaking to him from beyond the grave? Your father wouldn't want this. Either he's starting to get it, or this is actually Thor's. It's heartbreaking. Oh. Oh God. Are they really attacking his village? Like, is that happening in real life and he's dreaming about it? And he's reliving it. Oh, honey. was Vinland. He must remember from the way that Thor's described it to him, maybe? Oh, they're just like making their way through all the villages and like killing people. Yeah, like that's their thing. They're like, they just go through and plunder places. What does that mean for them? Because weren't they like being hired as soldiers? Oh, he's not going to stick around in a losing battle? And that's what we're... Yep, that's pretty basic stuff, but... Just this is just kind of a day in the life, you know? Cat, if he said cattle thief, what are you going to do? Oh. Oh, he always was there for him, protecting him, even up till his last moment. Sweetie, I think he's trying to tell you something. I wonder if he's going to give up on this and go to Vinland. But I wonder if they'd see him as like a deserter. He is kind of like he's a Viking now. Mm-hmm. No, he's sticking around so he can kill you. Oh, I was kind of starting to think that too. Oh. I think maybe you should be pretty scared. Are you... Oh, like Thor's. Is he gonna stick around his whole life? Hmm. But not strong enough? Hmm. Ah. Maybe he should, because then he'd listen to Thor's finally. Everything has its time, you know? Circle of life. Oh. They may have gotten that math just a little off. How is Askeladd like so poetic? Who is it? Okay. He's got a message for the main force. Okay. Yeah, that's not very many. Yeah. Oh. Okay, so that's what happened. Oh, yeah. I think. Oh, and there it is. There's the maniacal face. Oh. See, now it's just not fair having Thorkel in there because, like, he's worth, like, so many strong guys. Uh-oh. I'm guessing he killed the prince? Oh, we don't know yet. Oh, they captured him. They're kind of looking for something to do anyway. What? Oh no. Are they gonna join the other side? What did the horse do? Oh. Why did he kill that dude then? Wasn't that like one of their allies? Oh, there it is. He's not aligned with anyone anymore. Oh, that's why he killed him. He's like, nah, we're gonna do this solo so that we can get the most profit. Who knows? Bro, you better have a plan. He's like, whatever. Yeah, he's like, whatever. We're just gonna go as hard as we can and hope for the best. Sweetheart, this should all be a sign to you that you need to move on with your life. All right, you guys, that was such a good episode. Okay, so again, this was kind of the first one where we had Thorfinn maybe starting to process what's been told to him in these visions / dreams, not really sure. And he actively thought about Vinland again, because I'm pretty sure that's where that was supposed to be. They mentioned it in the beginning of the show that it was warm, you know, it was like all year round, it was nice, and so I wonder if he's starting to kind of process that image and like, oh, my father didn't want me to do this. Oh, it is important for me to go back home and check on my mother and my sister. At this point, I mean, I think it's been like 10 years. I don't even know about the mom. Between the stress of losing her husband and her son and the fact she was already kind of ill, I'm really not sure. I'm not sure if their village has been raided or anything. Was that some kind of premonition in the dream that like the village was in trouble? Is he going to try to go back? But I really, really wish... I know it would be a little bit less interesting story-wise, but I so wish that he would make the decision to free himself from revenge and go check on his family and go start a new life and just make Thor's proud. Because what he's doing right now is not... It would not make Thor's proud. It's very impressive that he's become such a skilled fighter, don't get me wrong, but... it's exactly what Thor's didn't want. Also, I asked at the beginning of the episode, how is the princess story going to intersect with the rest of the story? So he went and got himself captured. It seemed like he was really trying to take, like, perhaps like a passive approach, a peaceful approach to the battle and just like have them retreat and not do anything and not, and sadly, he was up against Thorkel, and Thorkel's just all about the fight. He's all about that conquering. He's all about it. So, you know, I gotta say, from the beginning, it's kind of mystified me that the Vikings would be civil enough to work for one side or the other. But I guess, like, the payday is kind of what they were in it for. But boy, this makes so much more sense that they're just going to auction off this prince to the highest bidder on either side to try and get the most out of what little time they have left, because it's weird. Askeladd is so ruthless in a way, but he has this weird kind of poetic wisdom as well about life. And every once in a while it comes out and you're just like, who are you? I thought you were Askeladd, but now, like, I don't know, you're kind of making sense, and you're being all philosophical. But, you know, his point that everything has a beginning and an end, and every group, every, you know, structure, people in power kind of has their time, and then it's over. You can see, and like, well, the way he was talking to Thorfinn, saying like, I'm gonna get older and my time's going to end and you'll have the advantage then. I don't want to see Thorfinn stick around until that time, but he's got a point that like, he's actually like a weirdly wise guy. It's very unsettling, like the fact that he does have like a degree of actual positive wisdom. So all right, so I guess it's every man for himself here, and we're just gonna go ahead and like turn on the Denmark king and go and find this prince and just get the biggest payday possible out of it, make hay while the sun shines and all that. I don't know like what Thorfinn's going to do. He sounds like he's still pretty determined to take out Askeladd, but on the other hand, I feel like for the first time we've seen him maybe shifting gears a little bit. I don't know. Could be wrong. I hope I'm not, because I really just want to see him like go reunite with his family and just live a good life is what I want. Maybe the second half of the show will just be Thorfinn living peacefully in Vinland, just amongst all the flowers and fields. Yeah, no, I have a feeling it's going to be like a lot of like death and killing. So we got that to look forward to, guys. But no, I am very curious to see like where it's going and where these visions are going. And even where like Askeladd's story is going. He's a very interesting character. So guys, I got a lot out of that episode. It's weird to say I had fun with it because of all the death and stuff, but it is a fun show. It is very interesting. So I hope you enjoyed watching it along with me. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to join me next time and we will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.